Hello, Authentic Life Church family. I'm here with Pastor Bruce Fosdick, and I'm Pastor Danny, and we're going to talk just for a moment on generosity. We have our year-end giving coming up, the year's closing up, and so I just wanted to ask, Bruce, what is the year-end giving? Kind of why do we do it? What's the purpose of it?
Well, we do year-end giving because there's lots of people and organizations that like to do end-of-the-year giving for their tax purposes and other things. And so we kind of go out of all the organizations that are out there, that I mean millions and millions of dollars are going out to all these corporations. Why shouldn't a lot of that go to the kingdom purposes?
Yeah.
And so since we really believe that we can be someone else's miracle, it's not necessarily about the brick and mortar of the building, though those are important. It's really about what happens in here and what actually happens out there. Yeah. And so it's just a reminder to put the church before other things in our lives as we prepare for Christmas. And honestly, we become a more generous people during Christmas time. So it's just a good thing to do that as the end of the year giving.
Yeah. And so from a tithe standpoint, right, I've always looked at tithe as like the 10%, but year end is kind of that extra generosity. It's like, okay, I just want to give a little more.
Yeah, well, my wife and I, we're tithers. We give to the church and we give to missions and we give to all that stuff, but we also add more to that. I know not everybody does that, but obviously we'd like that. Because it really bumps us up. It kind of positions us to be able to do a little bit more. I mean, in the sense that we have our consistent rhythm each month of what giving is, but at the end of the year, it helps to kind of like push us over to where we can now say, okay, we're in good shape.
We're ready to do the things God has called us to do.
Let's do more stuff. So it's always helpful if people are doing over and beyond their normal giving. Yeah. But we know for some people, it's the only time they give, or it's part of it.
Yeah. You know, it's so interesting, even listening to you talk. It's always interesting listening to you talk.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Not just right now. But listening to you talk, I think about myself and I go, theologically, I get it. 100%. I get it. And I believe in it. And I believe in the idea of generosity. And Sherry and I are tithers and we give. And yet there's still always this thing, no matter how much I want to give on one side of my brain to God, and no matter how much I want to be like fully surrendered, there's this other part.
Or even believe in the blessings that are going to be.
Right. I believe that the more I give, the more I'll be like, I believe that. I don't believe I can outgive God. I don't believe any of that. I believe that you're more blessed when you give, right? And yet for me, I can struggle with it. I don't know why. Like even when these things happen, I'm like, yeah, okay, Sherry, we should do a little more. And then writing the check, there's something in me that goes, are you sure? Like this is a cool toy or a cool guitar. But why do you think that is? Like, do you struggle with that, or are you just Mr.
Yeah, I mean,
you're so godly that there's no struggle in you?
No, but we've always been givers. So when we got married, I was a giver before, but when we got
not
married,
me and you, you're talking about you
when
and
me and
Mona.
Melissa got married. So we've always been. So 10%, 11% has always been out of the paycheck. So every once in a while, I might have that moment where I kind of go, like, what could I have done with all that every year? And then I kind of go, wait, I am so blessed all the time. But yeah, I'd probably be that person that would just go 10%, maybe do something more, like when kids are going on a missions trip. But Melissa is always more generous than me. And I've just learned to just say yes and realize that as we've moved up to 15, sometimes we've been up to 70% of our income every year, that we're living just the same, if not better.
Right.
And I just learned to just go, you know what? It's the right thing to do. And so that's how we are. And I've appreciated it. I appreciate how she draws me out. I appreciate how God draws me out. And I just believe in it. So as we close in this, end of the year giving is important. Again, you get to be somebody else's blessing, somebody else's miracle, because we have the largest food bank around. We have ministries all around the world. We are reaching this community. We're in our 4 years, we reach almost 100 people receive Jesus every single year. And I just think that the kingdom is what's so important to give to. And I know there's lots of things you can give to, but ALC, hopefully you appreciate it as much as we do. So click on the button, share, send to other friends, family. It's just important.
Yeah, we appreciate you, church family, for sure. Thank you for being a part of everything God is doing. And yeah, Merry Christmas, huh?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.